triangle pose. So what you're going to do is, I like to sit on the edge of my blanket again because it helps to tilt the pelvis forward. And the soles of the feet come together, so sole to sole. And your knees just fall open like a butterfly. We also call this butterfly pose. And then just sit nice and even on your sitting bones. So rock back and forth until you feel really balanced on both sitting bones equally. And then just clasp around wherever you can reach most comfortably. So that can be shins, it can be ankles, maybe the bottoms of your feet. And you can bring the heels in as close as feels comfortable. So if you're pretty open in the hips, your heels will come even more closely into your groin. If you're less open in the hips, then just move the heels away from you. And then sitting up nice and tall so you feel that you're pulling your sternum through your arms, soft through the shoulders. So let's just go ahead and take a deep breath in and exaggerate that shoulder movement, just like we did at the beginning. And then exhale, roll them back and down. And then close down the eyes, just sitting up nice and tall here. The heart is lifted, the shoulders are relaxed, the spine is lengthened. Feel a nice stretch through the inner thighs, through the outer hips. And take one more deep breath here. As you exhale, possibly coming forward. So try that out, just beginning to lead with your heart, pulling your heart forward. You can even use your elbows to press the knees away gently. And if this does not feel good in your body, sitting up, just upright, is perfectly fine. So you do not have to fold forward. If it feels good in your body, though, you can just begin to extend forward, maybe even dropping the head in. So you feel a nice groin stretch, hip stretch. Take one more breath here. If you're folded forward, then go ahead and keep the chin drawn in as you exhale, keeping the neck relaxed, and then the chin comes up very last. Good. So from here, I'll just bring the knees back together. You can come off of your blanket, move it back to the back edge of your mat. And again, we're just going to roll back down. So take your arms, extend them out. Inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, slowly come down, one vertebra at a time. So from here, we're going to move into a bridge pose. Actually, a couple of bridge poses, and then we'll stay for a little bit. So right now, I just want you to bend your knees, walk your heels up towards your sitting bones. You can even reach down, feel the outer edges of your heels. And then keeping your hands or your palms planted, I just want you to begin to tilt your pelvis up as you press through all four corners of your feet. Your knees are about feet and knees are about hip distance apart. And then imagine that you're squeezing a block or an orange or a grapefruit, something in between your knees so that you feel that internal rotation of your thighs. And as you inhale, just begin to lift your hips up. Pressing through the feet, trying not to squeeze your buns together too much. And then exhale, slowly come down, starting at the top of your back and rolling down one vertebra at a time until your tailbone lands very last. Good. On your next inhale, do it again. So pressing through the feet, lifting the hips, lifting them high, and then slowly one vertebra at a time, coming back down. And we'll do that one more time. Tilt the pelvis up, press through the feet, slowly come back up, using the strength of your thighs. Press your shins forward, and exhale, come back down. So this next time we're going to pause and just stay in our bridge pose for a few breaths. So again, you will press up, And then I want you to begin to rock back and forth on your shoulder blades so that you tuck your shoulders underneath you and then turn your elbows and your inner arms up toward the sky so your palms are facing up. Continue to press through the feet, and then possibly you interlace your fingers if you're open in the shoulders. You can interlace your fingers underneath you. And then your belly should just be soft and round here. You can close down your eyes or just take your gaze off the tip of the nose, watching the inhalation and the exhalation, that fall of your breath moving, that rise and fall. Take one more breath. As you exhale, lift your arms over your head and slowly come down, one vertebra at a time. Tailbone lands last. And then we're going to come back into that Baddha Konasana. So reclined bound angle, soles of the feet touch, and your knees just fall away from each other. And then just taking your right hand to your belly, left hand to your heart. Close down your eyes. Slow down your breath. Breathing into the low belly where your hand is, feeling that expansion all the way up underneath your left hand where that heart space is. Notice if you're gripping, see if you can relax the knees. Just connecting with that heart space, with your breath, with your body. Take one more deep breath here. And exhale. And then we're going to bring the knees together and then walk the feet about the width of your mat apart and just allow your knee bones to come in toward each other. And we're just going to work with the breath a little bit here. So we're going to work with 3-part breath. It's also known as complete breath. So as you rest here, go ahead and leave your hands where they are. And then take a breath in, just a little bit of a breath into the low belly. And then pause, holding in that fullness. And then begin to breathe up into the rib cage and the lungs and pause. And then filling up completely to the top of your inhale, holding that fullness, breathing in so deeply that you feel as if you're overfilling a glass of water and the water spills off the top. And then slowly guiding that breath back out. So underneath the ribs, back to the low belly, emptying completely and pausing in that emptiness if that feels comfortable. And then we'll just take a natural inhalation and exhalation. And again, breathe into the lowest point of your belly and pause. Into the rib cage and the lungs and pause. And then all the way up underneath the collarbones, maybe sipping in a little bit more breath here, overfilling. Hold that fullness, savoring the breath, and then slowly tracing the breath back out the way it came in. Allowing your body to empty completely of the breath, and then just a natural inhalation and exhalation. And we'll do that one more time. Deep breath in through the low belly, pause. Into the rib cage and the lungs, and pause. And all the way up underneath the collarbones, pausing in that fullness. This time open the mouth and just sigh the breath out. Let go completely, feeling your body release of tension, excess energy, feeling that you're completely relaxed. And then just allow your arms to come into a cactus arms or goal post. So your palms face up, and then we're just going to windshield wiper the legs back and forth. So we're going to drop both knees over to the right, and then as you exhale, move them over to the left. Following your breath, back and forth. So from here, we are going to just hug both knees back in. And before we settle into a relaxation, we're just going to find the outer edges of our feet and then separate the feet. So we're coming into happy baby. The elbows come to the insides of your knees, and then you're going to draw the thigh bones out around the rib cage, sending the thigh bones in the direction of the floor as you just press gently through the tops of your feet. Relax through the shoulders so your back and shoulders feel grounded. And then if it feels good, maybe rocking side to side. Keeping that full deep breath for just a few more minutes. And then let's find some stillness here. So you want to feel that the spine is lengthening, and you can begin to send the tailbone down toward the floor. This is the intention of sending it in that direction. It won't actually reach the floor. And take one more full deep breath. And then as you exhale, bring both knees together, hug them in, and then maybe you clasp your wrist or your elbows and begin to lift your head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Just bowing into yourself, curl into a tiny ball. Take a deep breath in and exhale, release back down, and we'll just extend out the arms and the legs. Take one more full body stretch as you take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go. And then you can just settle into a Shavasana. So Shavasana is your final resting pose. So you just want to be comfortable here. So slightly tuck your shoulder blades underneath you, the palms face up, and separate the feet about hip distance apart. Allow the feet to fall away from each other. Relax your fingers so that they just curl into the warmth of your palm. Close down your eyes and just let go of your breath now. So allow it to return to its own natural rhythm. And you can stay here as long as you have time for. And so staying in your Shavasana for as long as you need to, or that you have time to do that. And I just want to thank you all for allowing me to come into your homes or wherever I am coming into. And it was an honor to be here and to teach you this relaxation sequence. Namaste. All right. Bye.